All right, we're going to get into this Arizona Cardinal defense. This team plays in a 3-4, or what we call an odd front. So 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. They have 2 or 3 guys, when you watch them play, they have 2 or 3 guys generally with their hand on the ground, and the others are playing like in 2-point stance. So it's very much what you see with the Cowboys when they play nickel package stuff, where they put 2 big guys down and then everybody else is standing around like they're waiting on a bus.
Yeah.
Ready for attack. That's how Arizona, their alignment. You're going to see that quite a bit in this game. This defensive line's been a little bit banged up. Leaky Fotu has had a shoulder problem. He's a tackle. Carlos Watkins, who used to be here with the Cowboys, a good player for them for the Arizona Cardinals. He's got a bicep problem, so we'll see if either one of those guys are playing. This team's already down. LJ Collier was out with a bicep injury, and he's a defensive lineman that's going to be out for the rest of the year too. But the one thing I really liked about Watkins, and you could kind of see it when he was here with the Cowboys, was how square he'll play the run. He's a guy that kind of along the line of scrimmage, he does a really good job of getting rid of guys but staying square and playing the run. The unit, and as a group, I think they play with more power than athletic ability. They are pretty good, though. I think they're they're 3rd in the league in sacks. But it has to do with some of their other parts. I think it's their linebackers that you're going to have to deal with. They'll play what we call a bare front, which they mean they cover the nose and then they'll cover the 2 guards. So it's like the old 46 defense that we used to see back in the day. So the reason why they cover the center and the 2 guards is the purpose is to try and make your inside 3 have to one-on-one block, and it kind of frees everybody else up. You can't combo block on them and do things. So the one thing, this is going to be the key for Broaddus this week. He's got to play well with a guy right on his nose. He's got to snap first and then block. So keep an eye.
Are they just not rushing one of the tackles? How do they get away with that? In a 4-6? What
they do, like I say, it's
like the edge linebacker.
The linebacker. It's all linebacker stuff is really what the old Bears way is. It was a lot of it had to do with the linebackers. It's kind of the same. When you cover everybody up, though, you're just trying to create single blocks, and they feel like that they can win one-on-one that way.
Didn't they draft your LSU guy, B.J. Ojulari?
Yes.
Has he been playing much?
No,
the
he's
first 2 games?
not as much. Not as much.
Dude, who's this 45? They have Dennis Gardeck.
That's who we're going to get to here.
Okay, this guy seems like he might be an animal.
Yeah, as far as if you look at the linebackers, it's Kaiser White. He leads the team in tackles. He's number 7. But you're right about Gardeck. He's a relentless guy in the way he plays. This guy will line up on both sides of the formation. He's always in attack mode. Type of guy that never gives up on a play. You can block him for 1 or 2 counts. Then if you expect to stop him that way, it doesn't always work out. He just keeps rushing the passer. So you have to make sure you stay with him in the entire time until the whistle blows, because he is going to find a way to get off the block and then make the tackle. Quarterbacks have tried to escape him by running the front of the pocket. He just continues to run and is able to kind of run those quarterbacks down. So Mike McCarthy, when he's calling plays in this game, he's going to have to account for this guy. He's going to have to know where he is in the formation, because that might dictate how you're going to run your plays, because he's that type of a passer. He's got 3 sacks in 2 games already, but it's just a relentless, hair-on-fire type of a player when you watch him play.
Trying to figure out where the heck he came from. I'm like, dude, who is this guy? How do I not know about you? Because you are, from what I've seen, what he did to Sam Howell the other day, the first game, and then
he's been really good the last couple of games. He really has. So
1 sack combined the previous 2 seasons, had 7 sacks in 2020, but other than that, wasn't able to break out.
Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
And they got Zaven Collins, man.
As well.
I loved Zaven Collins coming out of Tulsa.
This secondary is going to line up. They've got Kentrell Clark and then Marco Wilson at the corners, with Jalen Thompson is the nickel. These corners will flip sides throughout the game, and I was trying to get a beat on why. Usually in college football, you could say he's a field corner or a boundary corner by what hash they play on, but the hashes are so wide in college, you could kind of get a gauge. In the pros, I can't tell why they're flipping. I don't think they're flipping to travel. I just think it's like they don't want you to get a beat on what's like we played with the Giants or with the Jets, that they kept their corners in the same spots. So Marco Wilson and Clark, they'll be flipping throughout the game. the thing with Wilson, he is an ultra aggressive corner in the way he plays. He's not afraid to gamble to make a play on the ball. I've seen him go through receivers to knock the ball down. He had a really bad day the other day, though. If you look at metrics, I think it was 6 of 7 were on him. He gave up a lot of yards in the game. This cornerback group has their separation to their game, and they give up. What the problem is, they get it when you attack them in the middle of the field. They have a problem because of how close they play their linebackers and they play their safeties at depth. So linebackers involved in rush. So all of a sudden there's space in the middle of the defense. Giants took advantage of that, and then also the Commanders took advantage of that. So maybe the Cowboys are going to find ways to attack the middle of the field. But if there's a weakness with this group, like I say, you will see separation in routes. And I would not be one bit surprised if McCarthy takes some shots with Cook or Gallup. Maybe this is where Gallup gets back into things because there's some vertical routes that could be had on these guys. I don't think they run particularly well. It's a matter of, can your protection hold up? Can you find a way to make sure that the relentless rushers like Gardeck and guys like that aren't getting up the field and then causing some problems, or they're winning some things one-on-one. But, that's the thing when you'll see some snaps when, like I say, opponents make those plays in the middle of the field. Routes will open up because of the linebackers. If the tight ends are going to be covered, Kayvon Wallace is their best safety when it comes to carrying tight ends in coverage. Budda Baker's out. He hurt his hamstring in practice before the Giants game, and so he's going to miss this game. He's been put on IR. But Kayvon Wallace is the safety that generally covers your best tight end during the games. The coaches for the Cardinals, they like to show blitz and then they back out at times, but there'll be other times where they completely sell out on the blitz. You'll see all kinds of rushers. They're going to try and get home before you get the ball out. Like I said, their alignment looks very similar to how the Cowboys rush at times, with the players down and then everybody else kind of standing up and waiting. You have to be ready. You have to sort all that stuff out right there. You can't bust. You can't let free rushers come and take shots at Dak. Hopefully the ball will get out. If they try some longer stuff down the field, it'll probably be out of max protection, keeping backs and keeping tight ends in to maybe take that shot down the field. I have also seen these guys get a sack with a 3-man rush in the Giants game.
It's impressive.
Yeah, so they have the ability
means your quarterback sucks.
Yeah, they have the ability to put pressure on you. The running aspect of it, like I say, these linebackers are the ones that run to the ball. The safety will come up. The corners will tackle. Both corners are actually pretty physical. So if the ball does spill on the outside, Wilson and Clark will do a pretty good job of trying to tackle you right there. So, but I just don't think you could get in a situation, like I say, they're trying to create confusion for you in your protection, and they're going to try and cover up your guys to make you win one-on-one. If you're able to do that, though, you're going to have a pretty good game against these guys. But it's a pretty good defense when it comes to putting pressure on you.
There's still a lot of talented players over there. I mean, we forget that about less than 2 years ago, they were in first place, nearly undefeated, and
like
Murray
9-0.
was an MVP candidate. Yeah, so yeah, they're still dangerous. And games against the Cardinals have been historically troubling for the Cowboys in different ways.